today's mailbag is ably assisted by Farmery Brewing's Pioneer Harvest Stout. This is an interesting brewery in Manitoba. They call themselves an estate brewing company, which, like an estate winery, means that they grow the grain and brew the beer all on their farm out in Neepawa, Manitoba. Nice roasted malt flavor. I like that one. What do we have here? It says it is a stripper. That is not, in fact, the stripper. That is a deburring tool. Typically, these are used for metal or in machine shops and whatnot for deburring holes or cut edges on metal. What I normally use mine for, and I've already got one, is for taking the overhangs and flat flanges off the bottom of 3D prints. However, the one that I have been using for that, I made the foolish mistake of taking it out to the garage to clean up a piece of metal that I was drilling holes in and put a couple of nicks on it. So I've ordered a second one so that I can have one in my garage and one in the house. And this one came with a bunch of spare blades, so I can replace that damaged one on the other deburring tool. Deburring tool, deburr knife, great burr remover hand tool with one blade for wood, plastic, aluminum, copper, and steel. I got the kit that comes with the extra tips, and this cost a grand total of $5.27. Interesting. So they actually do say that the blades are compatible with the Noga, which is the brand name that this one's ripping off. Interesting. It says that the blades are made out of M2 high-speed steel. Okay, I guess so you're not going to deburr anything harder than that with this. Although I would question if it is actually that good a quality steel, because like I said, I did nick the blades on the one that I've got, but maybe it's not as good as it claims to be. Or maybe the steel that I was playing with was even harder than I expected. Second one in says Art Drawing Pastel. Really? Am I buying art supplies now? Those are power resistors. Those are not at all art drawing pastels. These are 4 pieces, 100 watt, 4 ohm power resistors. And I'm pretty sure I ordered these, back in April, I think, or thereabouts. I ordered them when I was initially doing some load testing on a power supply, and I cobbled this up, which is 2 8-ohm resistors in parallel to give me 4 ohms, 25 watts, but I was, even with the heat sinks, I was throwing way too much heat, and I wasn't drawing as much current as I wanted to load the thing down. So I ordered some bigger, lower resistance resistors. So these 4 in parallel will become 1 ohm, or if I put them in 2 series parallel sets, that will be 200 watts at 2 ohms. Things like that, just for load testing and torture testing. Also, the reason that I got 4 ohms and the reason that these ones are 8 ohms is so that I can also use them as speaker loads when I'm testing an amplifier. 1/2/4/8/10 ohm 100 watt shell power aluminum housed case wire wound resistor. These go for $4.04 each, and I bought 4 of them. Yeah, that's pretty much everything we already knew about them. Okay, next item, I guess. And that next item is something sent anonymously to my P.O. box. Cool. Wonder what this is. It's a blue thing. It even says so right there. This is a tool magnetizer demagnetizer. Okay. I don't actually have one of these, surprisingly enough. So how this works is you take a non-magnetic tool, steel tool like this, and you rattle it around in the magnetizer, and it should become magnetic. And then you rattle it around in the demagnetizer, and it should lose its magnetism. That's pretty handy when you're doing mechanical work. A lot of my smaller tools, like these ones, have magnets built into them for the really fine stuff, but for doing heavier stuff in the garage or something like that, or household work, it's nice to be able to make your tools magnetic and then remove the magnetism if they're causing problems, causing screws and things to jump around on you. I'm just quickly searching on eBay. It looks like these things go for a few dollars, and there's a couple of different versions of them available. I will put a link to this search that finds a variety of different magnetizer demagnetizers. I'll even have it sorted cheapest first. Moving right along here, we have the USB connector, it says. Sounds like an assortment kit. Didn't I get an assortment kit of USB connectors last time? Yes, that's exactly what this is, a set of USB connectors. Ah, but this is different. That last set was all USB-C. This one is a combination of micros and minis. Again, all board mount, all surface mount, but all different shapes and sizes of the two older standards. And again, those older units are the ones that are more likely to need repairing, although the USB-C ones that I got last time are more common. But these ones, as I think you can see, have different footprints, different numbers of anchor pins. That last one I just looked at had 2 anchor pins. This one's got 4, and just different layouts, because you never know which part you're going to need when you're doing repairs, and it's just handy to have them in hand. 75 pieces box micro USB connector pin plug charge female SMT socket jack set kit. This set of 75 connectors cost me $12.34 Canadian. There's all the different connectors. It's kind of hard to see, but maybe it's a little bit easier to see than what I was showing you. Again, there's different pin arrangements and different mounting pins and all the different stuff. So hopefully, should I need to repair something, I've got a connector that's close enough that I won't have to order it. And now, the last item in, as is tradition around here, also the largest one in the current selection. Let's see what we got. This is an assortment pack of colored wire, colored hookup wire. Does not say what the size of it is. Many colors are available. Ah, what do we have here? 18 gauge silicone hookup wire, 5 different colors, 16.4 feet each. Right, well, let's see what colors I got. Hopefully they're colors that I can determine or discern from one another. So there's what I got. Red, black, yellow, blue, and I'm going to call it gray. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure somebody will, because that's how YouTube comments work. So if that's to be believed, red, black, yellow, blue, maybe that's green. Anyway, 18 gauge hookup wire. I use 18 gauge a lot for low voltage power when it's going to be, moderate amounts of current, but not outrageous stuff. But most of my breadboard scale stuff is not outrageously powered anyway. A lot of the 18 gauge wire that I've been using, such as this stuff on my power supply, is harvested from old PC power supplies. So this will be nice to have different colors, but more importantly, a supply of it that's going to last more than my supply of dead power supplies. 5-roll 18 EWG stranded wire spool, flexible 18 PVC tinned copper electronics, electrical tinned copper wire, 5 colors, 16.4 feet. So there is the colors that I ordered and got. Apparently they are out of stock right now, or they can't ship it to me or something. But if you follow the link, then there are several other sellers that have exactly the same thing, and of course sort by price as usual. So on the package it said it was silicone wire, and here it says it's silicone wire, but here it says it's PVC insulated. And the more I play with it, the more it seems like it really is PVC. Not that that matters. That level of flexibility wasn't really my highest concern. The wire that I've been using wasn't silicone anyway, so it's not a great loss. And they're contradicting themselves here, so is that really a lie? Who knows? And there is the contents of today's Mailbag Monday haul. Nice variety, as is often the case. So we've got these 4 100 watt 4 ohm resistors for testing loads. Those are going to be useful, I think, in combination especially with the DIY electronic load that I built a while ago. We have the deburring tool and a bunch of extra bits for it. As I said, now I've got one that I can keep in the house with a 3D printer and one that I can leave out in the garage for when I'm doing ugly work on metal and stuff. Not that I do that often, but, you know, it's always useful to have the tools handy when you need them. Then we got this magnetizing demagnetizing tool that was sent by an anonymous donor to my P.O. box. Thank you once again to all the people that send stuff in. It's never required, but it's always appreciated, and it's always a fun mystery seeing what shows up, what you guys think that I need, could use, might want, or will get a laugh at. And in this case, it's something that I can definitely use. The assortment of USB female board mount connectors. Again, just repair stock to have around. It's one of those things that you're not going to need for years, and then one day you'll need it and you won't have it and you won't be able to fix something. So now I've got these in addition to the USB-C ones that I got a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully that should be good for when stuff breaks. Nice. And finally, we have the 5-pack of 18 gauge wire. The more I play with this, the more I'm convinced that it is just PVC, and the listing did say PVC. It also said silicone, but it said PVC, so we'll go with that. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Questions and comments down below. Thanks, as always, to my Patreon supporters and my YouTube channel members and the anonymous donors who send stuff in for helping support the channel. Questions, comments, as I said, down below. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.